Let me sign into this. Oh, it's not gonna let me sign into it. Okay, whatever. Anyway, welcome in when y'all get in. I am tired as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I just woke up. I woke up, the divine said, get your ass on a reading. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm doing now. But anyway, welcome in when y'all get in. Thank you all so much for everything. The likes, comments, share, subscribes, donations. I appreciate love you all. If you are wanting to be part of the healing class, be sure to donate $10 to either my Cash App, Venmo, or Chime, and please make sure that you put it's for the healing class as well. If you just randomly donate me money without really much, oops, I won't really know what's going on. If you already sent the donation, check your email. Sent out the links before I even got up today. So check yo stuff. And yeah. Regardless though, let's check what's in y'all's energy, what's y'all's issues, what's going on in this. Alright. Excuse me. Alright. Okay. Alright. So this is an interesting one. Galactic, you're in the wrong about you and plans. So collective, this is another one. It's very interesting. This is about you, collective. It's not about anyone else. You may be feeling wrong. Off bat, I'm immediately getting, if you're part of the people that's like, I'm this god, I'm that god, you could be 1000% wrong of who you are. I don't think I've ever met a god with any form of um people just be so silly in the morning. God dang. Anyway, you could be wrong about your identity galactically, whether however this means. If you think you are, I don't know, it's like you need to really figure out who you are. This is more of for the people that have been trying to figure out like who they are in the grand scheme of things. Or if you've already quote unquote chosen an identity to be around, you rethink that because it's something about your plan, something about how you move. Or this could even be your galactic ancestors wanting you to know that you're wrong about what you need to do with your plans. You could be in the wrong with your plans. It just could simply just be a wrong way of thinking. But it's another one of those correctionals, which is always good to see. What's the whole point of doing things and being wrong in them if you're not willing to see the right way around? That's just the biggest thing. Everyone else is so focused on a bunch of drama and bullshit. Where's the actual healing at? That's what I have to say. Jesus Christ, who gives a fuck? But yeah, it's about your path. Two of Wands, death, something in your path could be changing. You could have had the wrong willpower when it comes to your path, or really just how you started something out was even wrong. You didn't really start off with any form of divine support. You could just be doing something because you want to do it, not really doing it because you are being told to do it or because you feel like you should. So watch out for that. There's like, hey, be careful of this. Is the energy that I'm really just getting. Is like, this might not be what you're thinking it is. Or you could just be trying to like put yourself in a category that does not fit you. With the hangman inverted, there's something that's not enlightening about whatever path you chose. This could even be like career wise, you being like, oh, I want to do this because it's fun, but then realizing this is not, I don't really have time for this. Eight of Wands. This is the message that you're going to be getting, or this is the message you're getting. This could even be like, I don't know if I have time to do all this. So if you do have time to do it, it's like, what am I actually gaining from this? Of course, it takes time for things to build up, but there's more important things to be focused on right now. With the Knight of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Knight of Wands inverted, the Two of Cups upright, the Page of Swords inverted, the Six of Pentacles inverted, and the Lovers inverted. I don't know. That's how it's coming out. Like something's not moving forward, or you're not benefiting from something the way you thought you would. And it's because it's not part of what you need to do anymore. This could have been something you did in the past. Hell, this could even be like if you have an Aquarius South node, something from a past life or something from a few years ago that you did. And it's like, this is not really what you need to do. With the Two of Cups, even you could be reflecting to yourself the wrong way. You could be expecting other people to receive you in a specific way. Sorry, I had a vision for a second. But it's not it's either not who you are or not on your contract. One of those two things. If you've identified yourself as some form of identity, you got the wrong idea of it. This is why people take from you with the Six of Pentacles inverted. You're not getting what you desire, or you're not getting an equal give and take because you've put yourself in that position of being like, oh, let me say that I'm this, and then I walk around and tell people I'm this. Why would you know what I mean? With the Six of Pentacles, even the it's weird how it's laid out. The pentacles up top are even imbalanced, and then the balancing factor is the scale. So you're needing to really figure out why or what you use to keep you a false sense of balance whenever someone else around you is receiving, or while someone else almost seems like it takes from you. Excuse me. Because it's like you're not really thinking, and even then it's like, if you are this thing, this individual, this galactic race, whatever you want to say, why are you positive it's not your ego latching onto something? You know how tricky that fucking thing is? I don't care. I love watching people be like, I'm not in my ego. Really? Really? But yet you gravitate towards this one thing, and then you hold on to it, and then it creates you to be in XYZ mood, which then makes you act in a certain way. That's the ego. It acts in a very funny self-defense manner. And a lot of your feelings that people feel are generated by thoughts because they aren't able to see or difference what's actually going on from what they are desiring to go on to push out some form of agenda, whether the agenda is consciously or subconsciously made. So it's just that deeper looking into self. Like, am I really moving the way I desire to, or am I moving the way that used to nurture me, or nurtured me in a way that I didn't really want? Does it put you back in a crowd where you don't want to where you don't fit in, or don't really want to be a part of? Because it's like, if you're going to purposely put yourself around or float around individuals that don't really care about you, then why would you care yourself of said mistreatment? That wouldn't make sense. Why would you do that to yourself? But the Four of Wands inverted, damn, the Seven of Pentacles upright, the Wheel of Fortune inverted, and the Three of Cups inverted. Don't disengage from looking at the failures or looking at the things that you've chosen. Stop. It's like, stop saying that everything is someone else's fault. With the Three of Cups, that's the harlot in the red distracting you from your goals. Inverted, it's not. This is a you thing. You keep focusing on something. You keep saying something. You keep disengaging with the Seven of Pentacles upright, which is to sit back and observe. You're like, no, it's not me. It can't be me. Oh, it's you. It is you. Because guess what? If you removed your process of how you looked at things, guess what would happen? Everything would just stop because you wouldn't be feeding into it. So you need to stop, first of all. That's the biggest thing. It's like, I don't think, because again, that's how powerful the human mind is. I don't want to say how powerful you are because I'm not going to feed no fucking ego trips here. It's literally your mind. Oh, someone quit attacking me because you are opening up the fucking door to let them attack you. You keep opening up that door. Shut the fucking door. I don't want them near me. Then stop going towards them in any form or fashion. Energetically, mentally, physically, emotionally. If you can't handle it, then you need to learn to look at it from an outside view. You can't just be popping in and blaming other people. What the fuck is that going to do? It's going to keep you stuck. That's your choice. That's your fate. You've just made yourself a victim again. So now what does a victim do? They get abused. They get victimized. So whatever the fuck they want to do to victimize you, no one can like baby you for that. You're not standing up for yourself, so no one else can stand up for you. You got to really, really see that. It's like, yes, the big first step is, oh, the world's doing all this. You have the government doing this, and you have energetic weapons and all the MK Ultras. Okay, at the end of the day, if it's targeting you and you're not strong enough to figure out how to maneuver around it or to understand that there's nothing that you can do at this point in time to stop it globally, and you would just need to find ways to stop it yourself, which there are ways, both with money and without money, then that's on you. And you have to fall victim to that. And then you have to fall and be one of those people with their hand up in the ocean, waving it, trying to get like an attention for a lifeguard. And then the lifeguard comes around, it's like, I can't save you because you're not really drowning. You're literally just standing up and putting your head in the water. Stop putting your head in the water. Like, people have to go around and see this. Like, do you see how you are? Do you see what you're doing at the end of the day? It's like, you just need to learn how to stand up. And you're like, I'm standing up. No, you're not. You're flailing around. Is it the water's fault that you're drowning, or is it your fault for not knowing how to swim? That's the question I have to ask. Is it the water's fault that you're drowning, or is it your fault that you don't know how to swim? Apply that logic to everything. Is it your fault that so-and-so keeps attacking you? Or did you keep opening up the door to allow them to attack? And you want to say that you don't open up the door, but if the door was shut and stayed shut, actually, they wouldn't be able to get in. It's called willpower. And if you don't have enough will in your life, then of course other people can come in and do whatever the fuck they want to it. That's, again, on you. You need to strengthen yourself up. You can't say that, oh, I'm a god, and then not have that, like, that true knowing itself. Like, oh yeah, I'm a god. Okay, then prove it. I don't think a god would be complaining about, oh my god, my creation's not doing what I want it to do. What the heck? Why isn't it? Okay, and who said it was? You gave that fucking creation free will. So let it do what it wants to do. If it if it wants to be weird, let it be weird. But just know that that's your creation, so part of you's in there. no matter what. That's just how it is. If someone's bothering you in real life, it's because you want them to bother you. Deep down inside, there's an aspect of you that's like, yeah, you bother me because I want you to look bad towards me. Cool. Why? It's psychology. You have to see this. What did that person do to you? At the end of the day, they didn't do anything other than what they felt was deserved. So you got to look at yourself. What did I do to make them feel deserved? What did they reject of me? That's what they felt like was deserved for their actions towards you. Ten of Swords inverted in the Star. That's like what you all want. You all want to figure out, how do I get these people to leave me alone? Start looking at yourself. Stop looking at them. Stop looking at their situations and shit. I've already said this like 1,000 times, and people still don't like. If readings pop up about them, just leave them alone. I don't think an angel that knows that they're protected by God would spend all day watching readings about how someone is doing XYZ to them, and then getting so worked up. I just don't know why they do this. I don't know why they still do this. Okay, then it's not for you to know, because if you don't know, then don't know. Stop bothering it. Go off and do something else. You're wasting your time on one aspect of something that you're not going to get an answer to. Like, that's something that you have to have internally. And with the Star, even, like, what are you actually creating in your life? Do you see what you've done? Yes, other people can do whatever the fuck they want, but at the end of the day, it revolves around you. So if you do it and you agree to certain terms that are going around you, then of course it's going to be what your life revolves around. The world around you is going to have its own system. You need to make sure that you have your own system in check. And people don't like want to hear that for some reason. They just want to suffer. Y'all are in hell and y'all are demons. If you don't want to actually get up and see this, you just a demon because you just want to be complacent. You want to play that victim. You want to be one of Lucifer's little babies that followed him. You want to be part of Samael's crew at that point. So yeah, you are Earth Angel. Again, that's why I keep telling y'all to stop saying Earth Angel. There are so many things that go on with these terms. It's like, only the devil would be so arrogant to complain about where he's at when he gets what he deserves, when he gets what he wants. Not even deserves, but what he wants. Because Lucifer, or Samael, was an angel. Samael. And then, what he deserved was a rightful place up in heaven. But he bartered and then jumped down to earth and is pissed off still. Oh, I don't have this. I don't have that. Blah, blah, blah. That's what you're doing. So you're definitely an Earth Angel, part of the 200 Fallen. And no one can really help you for that. You just got to see yourself as who you are. If you a little demon, you ain't got your halo, you got your horns, that's cool. You might have wings, but you got horns. You know, devils have wings too. But you have to see it because that's what you're outputting. Or you're just wrong about your title completely, because if you were so protected, then you wouldn't be in an energy of seeing all the things around you like all the time. No one even said Lilith. What are you talking about? Anyway, that's what you have to see. That's what you have to know at this time. With the Seven of Wands and the Five of Wands, you need to take a step back and really take control of your life. Like, fully. Or it's just not gonna, nothing's gonna work at all. That's the major thing. That's the major thing. Because again, it's like the Seven of Wands and Five of Wands from Sagittarius to Leo. That's a downgrade, with the Two of Wands being the difference and the Two of Wands coming out inverted to prove that difference, even in in the beginning of the reading. Like, that's what's going on. You look at the card, the Five of Wands, as people attacking someone, but it's because you don't have the knowledge. And again, you see the world around you attacking you because you don't have knowledge of self. You have ideas of self. You have beliefs of self. But where do they actually come from? Is it coming from someone just telling you this when you're in a state of disbelief or a state of panic that you stuck yourself to and then moved on forward with? Because at the end of the day, you can't change who you are. You just need to start doing things and seeing like what you're doing. And if you're gonna be like, oh, well, this isn't working for me, I don't know what to do something different. Because you don't know what to do because you're stuck on a one-way road. The Hierophant, those are the rules. How you're connected, what's connected to you. Because you will be of your father. No matter what, you will be of your father. How you respond to things, how you act in the world, is because of your father. I mean, and your mother too, your creator. But it's important to see like who you truly are in this time. Because you have a lot wrong of maybe who you are because of this. It's like it's not wrong to want to, I'll say it this way, the role play what you desire, but don't forget that you're role playing at the end of the day. And then you're gonna have people like, well, everything's a role play because we're in a costume anyway. Well, did you know that while playing in character, you can also play a character? There are skits within inside skits sometimes. Did you know that? That's what reality TV is. That's what TV is in general. So don't try to outsmart yourself because you'll just really put yourself back at square one without seeing it. With the Knight of Swords inverted and the Knight of Pentacles inverted, it's how you're thinking about things. You're not trying to do anything. When it's bears with the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords, you're not trying anything. You're sitting and you're just looking at it. You're not even looking at it. You're looking away from it. And then it's like distracting yourself. You're looking back at yourself because the Knight and the Knight, both the Knights, the way they look upside down is they mirror each other. The Knight of Pentacles is looking straight at the Knight of Swords. It's like the physical world around you is 1000% reflecting your thoughts. That's always how it's going to be. But you need to see that and like live by that rule. Some of y'all just hear spiritual rules and then ignore them at the end of the day. Like, I am that I am. Well, if you are complaining, then you are a complaint. If you're bothered, then you are a bother. Do you see that? And then it's like you have to learn how to accept that. You have to learn how to see things like that and be like, oh, well, if this is really what's going on, then what the hell with the world? And the Three of Wands. I'm just telling you, with the Three of Pentacles, that's how things work. That's the plan. That's the way the world is shaped. And then you have all these people telling you information. Like, and pay attention to the titles. Some of y'all just don't pay attention to that. I was scrolling through YouTube and like a week, like months ago, and someone had, maybe it was like a month ago, maybe not months, but someone had a title that was called you're protected by an angel who's millions of years old. There's no angel millions of years old. Angels were created before man was existing. Man did not exist a million years, was existing a million years ago. Are you fucking stupid, or are you just typing shit that sounds cool? Where are you getting your stuff from? Are you educated, or are you just dumb and saying things? I have to say it that way because that's what people are buying into. It's like, this is what you're accepting into your life. The two threes, you put two threes together, that's an 8. Symbolically, not mathematically. An 8 is your big change. That's what comes around goes around. If you're going to Three of Wands to get an idea of something and it turns to a Three of Pentacles, that's what's going to rule you. That's what's going to be dictating you. You need to learn that education, that truth point. Some of y'all need to not be afraid to reach out and see that there is help around. You just aren't willing to make a compromise with yourself to allow that to flow through. And some of you just need to pay attention to really what you're intaking, because it's like, at the end of the day, you don't know these people, these readers. You don't know what they do when the camera turns off. You don't know what the hell they're even doing before the camera turns on. So why would you put so much trust and faith in that just because they say, oh, I do, and they have numbers? Who cares? It's about what they're actually showing you. If they're saying the same thing every day, it's not because you're always attracted to it. It's also because that person cannot move past that one point themselves, that they are still stuck in these issues, that they cannot gravitate further than that. It's like, well, once in a blue moon, they'll get these. Once in a blue moon. That means in that one blue moon, they're actually channeling. And then everything else is just a rerun. It's like how television is. You have the same fucking shows every day, and there's usually not a new episode every day. You have to wait for a commercial. Oh, new episode this Thursday at fucking 8 p.m. CST. Okay, cool. That means every other show is just a rerun of either the past. Yeah, of the past. It's simple. So it's like, do you see this? Are you seeing these things? That's the main reason why I made that deck that has multiple things, and I still need to add more cards because there's 80 total. And I know that I can think of 80 different fucking things. And I know that I can sit down in meditation and channel more than 80 things. I just gotta do it. So it's like, you have to pay attention. Not everyone knows what an angel is. Not everyone knows, like, what an earth angel is. Again, it's by definition, not only just like earth angels. Yeah, God sent angels down to earth. Guess who the first angels on earth were, though? So if you want to go, the Anunnaki. No, it was the fucking Lucifers. The Luciferians were the first angels, were one of the first group of angels to be on Earth, and they breeded with women and made their own offspring too, just like the other angels did. So it's like, where did you actually come from? And don't let that discourage you. You have free will. Your physical father was a banker, but you don't want to do bank telling. That's you using your free will to choose a different path. Doesn't matter if your father is Shaitan. If you're choosing a different path to better yourself, then go for it. It's just going to be a bit harder for you because it's not in your innate response or your innate DNA to move with that. So you're going to have to learn a little bit more. Some people just aren't educated and they're led off by these angels of deceit. So then you actually don't get any information. So then it's even harder to know who you are. So at the end of the day, just look at how you respond to things. Look at how you really see things and what's gravitating towards you, and looking at it and really being like, is this what I want? Is this really what I want? Or is this something that is feeling a void in me at this point in time that I do not know how to feel just yet? Your DNA tells you who you are. Your Akashic records is just what's recorded in the skies. Your Akashic records is every one of your actions recorded on a crystalline disk. That is what a record is. The Akashic records is a literal library, a holding place of all the actions you have done and all the actions you didn't do and all the actions you could have done while living. Every choice and every pathway. Some people say it's on a big ass scroll. I've seen visions and I've been in places where it's the big scroll. I've been in places where it's a light disc, a crystalline light disc engraved. I've been in places where it's literally a door that you open with a singular path. And when you put your foot on that path, whatever signature or print that you have soul wise chooses that for you. I've had dreams of it when I was a child, being a bunch of transparent orbs flying down a wooden, or not, I don't even know if it was a wooden. It was just a light, a tannish color going down there. And I would zoom in on one orb and then see a dream. It's not what you would think it is. It's a choice. It all goes down to a choice. And that's something that people have a hard time understanding because people want to take this westernized belief or this westernized, easternized belief, believe it or not, of what these things are. But have they actually gone to it with an open mind? You only, because, like, look, I could say Jesus. Did a white man with long brown hair and a crown on his head that was thorns bleeding pop up in your head? That would have never happened if you didn't already have a print of what Jesus was in your head. It's all mental. So if you've been told your whole life, oh, the Akashic records is this one thing, and you're not looking into it, and you're just accepting it for that, then that's what you're gonna always see Jesus as. That, you know, I'm just gonna use that as an example. That can go for anything. Someone tells you pizza. If you fucking were, I don't, if you were in Chicago, right, you're gonna see that deep dish. If you're in New York, you're gonna see the fucking big ass pie. You know, that depends on where you're coming from. It depends on what you used to surround yourself with. It's surrounding like your whole nature. So if you never knew outside that box of what else is out there, then you would never in your life be able to see something different other than that. That's a big spell that's on man. So when you start to learn and you know really expand your consciousness, you then don't know who to make that image of except for the one that truly pings something in your mind. I can show you the color pink from the age of uh born, since you were born, show you the color pink and say, this is orange. This is orange. This is orange. And then you grow up and someone's wearing a pink shirt. Why are you wearing an orange shirt? And you're like, no, this is pink. And it's like, no, that's orange. I was told that that's orange. Like, no, that's pink. Like, it's like, no, that's what's going on. It's just you haven't had any other sensory awakening. So understand that. No one's brought you these things because they haven't had any sort of, oh, it could be this. Oh, you know, let me look at that. They don't have that in them. They're not as awakened, which has to do more with your sight and comprehension rather than your knowledge. Because if you don't know what you're seeing, then you don't have knowledge of what you're seeing. And we have the devil that wants to pop out. Well, pay attention to what binds you. Pay attention to what binds you. What are you more disciplined in when it comes down to your life? Is it you're more disciplined in looking and listening to people that are repeating a story that causes detriment? Or are you more disciplined in seeing or experiencing new things, which causes discomfort? Because the discomfort is you being pushed out your comfort zone. It's just you evolving. A caterpillar's growth is very uncomfortable. They're fucking crystallized and like smushed up. And then they have to break free. And then it takes them like hours to be able to even fucking fly because they gotta wait, I think, like what? Well, not hours. It takes them like what, 15 minutes, I think, total or something. Or that's either 15 minutes total or like that. The 15 minutes is for their wings to expand. I forgot my butterfly facts. Sorry, but it takes them a while. It's an uncomfortable journey. It's like watching a baby walk. You're not really laughing at the baby because you think it's funny. It actually causes you discomfort, like you can't walk. What if you can't walk? What if you don't walk? This comfort, this side of things that you're not really seeing, but you innately respond with. You got to look at yourself. It's your life. You do what you want with it. But coming from someone that takes their life serious, it's like you got to look at these things. You have to see these lessons. You got to see why you're there because you are there. No one else is there but you. You might meet other people where you're at, but it's all revolving around you at the end of the day. With the moon, you might not know what you're disciplined in. You might be eclipsed. You know, you have the aura or the array of things in front of you, but you don't really have what you're seeking yet because you haven't walked down that path. It's like, oh, that's a beautiful thing to look at. You know, you're right. You know, people can be sitting there behind a screen, in front of my screen, saying, "Oh, yeah, that's true, that's true." But have you actually took that path to walk down it yet? Have you? Have you took that time to walk past it? Or have you just grown so comfortable in your discomfort because you're unwilling to move? Because you think you're done. If you were done, you wouldn't be on Earth. You'd be dead. You get that, right? As long as you have breath in your lungs, that fire is still burning, there is still a purpose for you to be here. And it's not for you to be like, oh, wow, I did, just like I did it all. No, you didn't. You're your worst enemy at the end of the day because you will believe the dumbest things in this world. If you are not constantly seeking, then you have fallen ignorant on the entire point of the human race's creation, which is to reproduce and create. That is what we do. That is our two functions. We reproduce and we create. It's not any more simple than that. We all have different experiences in what we produce, reproduce, and create. But at the end of the day, when you have breath in your lung and you're not doing those things, then you're not doing what you're supposed to do as a being. That's not to box you into something. That's just why humans were made. They're slaves. Your whole body was designed to be a slave, to do work, to mine. So break out of your slave mentality of being like, yeah, I'm going to sit here in this because I think this is ideal for me. You don't think anything's ideal for you. Because when you sit and think, you don't sit around and be like, yeah, there's nothing else that could be added to my life right now. You're content with it, but you desire more. But you don't go out and get more because you think it's greedy. Like, oh, if I had more, then I would be able to get more, right? God would put more in my lap. What do you think ideas are? That's what God hands you is ideas. God's not going to give you a fucking full out 5-course meal. He's going to give you the idea to go out to a damn restaurant or to make that for yourself. And then you either take that or you sit back and believe that you deserve it just to land in your lap. Use up your energy to make yourself feel good for that however long you're in that delusion. And then when you pop out of it, well, that's what you used your will for. That's what you used my idea for, was just to sit there and think about it. Cool. You can't even do that. You can't even create that thing in your life. You're just going to sit there and be like, yeah, that'd be really cool. What are you doing? Do you not see how that affects you? It's not to say something's wrong. It's just, are you actually looking at these things? Are you really looking at them? Because you might not actually be as content, be as happy, be as, oh yeah, I like this, as you think. Especially with the moon coming out. There's an illusion. And you are always going to be your biggest enemy. Whether it's you overthinking, thinking like, oh, I can't get any more than this. I don't need more than this. or you thinking down and being like, I can't get more than this, or I shouldn't have more than this. All these things are thoughts that you create in yourself. That is like your worst enemy. Oh, I don't need to sit down and research anymore. I don't need to sit down and do this anymore. I'm good. I'm the best I'll be. No, you're not. Until your breath leaves your fucking body, no, you're not. That's like the only truth of this whole thing. You still have life in you. You have motor function to some degree. You can breathe, even if it's with the assistance of like an oxygen machine. You can still breathe. There's something you can do. There's something you can do. But you allow embarrassment to hold you back, or the ideas of others to hold you back. And that's what you really have to see and be in. With the Emperor inverted, it's that lack of control of the body, of the self, of life, that a lot of people just stay stuck in. They don't want to move from it. It's a hell thing. And the word content, C-O-N, it's a con. Tent. Con, dash, hyphen, whatever you want to say in between. Tent. Con. It goes against. You have pros and cons. What is for and what is against. Do you understand these words that you use for yourself? Because when I see people talk, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. You're using a word that's programmed to go against its original, that goes against its definition. I'm content. Which means you're at a state of agreeance. The word con literally means no. I am not in agreeance. So you're disagreeing to agree, which is a disagreement. I tell people this all the time, and they're like, what do you mean? It's the laws of Ma'at. It's the 3 laws of Ma'at. A positive and a positive is a positive. A negative and a positive is a negative. A negative and a negative is a positive. It is about balancing out the scales. If you're going to say if you're content and you mean it peacefully, but the word is con, you're imbalanced. And you're allowing yourself to believe that illusion of being imbalanced. So what am I supposed to say? I'm protent? Yes. And it sounds stupid, but English in itself is fucking stupid. So why do you think English has words that don't exist in other languages? Because you have to keep fucking creating words that get more and more accurate to what they're supposed to mean versus what they've been created into now, which is just a slang. You know? And that's just the whole point of it. Like, you want to break the curse. I'm a curse breaker. I'm a generational curse breaker. Start with how you speak. Until you break that curse, you still cursed. You gotta learn. You gotta see these things. It's not a joke. I might have laughed. Ain't no joke. I'm telling you the God honest truth. Fix your tongue. That's where all your power comes from. And as a child, you're taught all these prefixes and suffixes and what they mean and all these words, and then you go out and mash them together to create your own stuff. It's like you don't see what you're doing though, and that's okay. But I'm here to let some people know what they're doing. Hopefully. And I'm not saying everyone, because I know there's people out there that know what I'm talking about, and they're like, yeah, I don't even use words like that. If I do, I flip it the right way. It's like, that's cool. You do a 180 with it, flip it on its head. But the 8 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, again, both inverted, and then Temperance upright. This is the path of getting back on balance. You're good. This isn't to berate you. This isn't to make you feel like something's wrong. I'm just letting you know, you know? These are the things that you haven't worked on. What are you doing with your time? Are you killing it, wasting it, or spending it? Or are you letting it fly by? That's another one. I always hear, I'm letting time fly. Really? Okay. Who gave you permission to let time fly anyway? Sorry. No, but for real, like, How are you? What are you doing in this time? What is your exhaustion method of time? Spending, wasting, killing. It's the word you're using. You would like to say I'm spending time, but a lot of times you'd be like, oh, I'm just wasting it. I'm just killing it. Why? I don't know. Just like listen to how you say things. Listen to what's going on, really. And it's about the physical. Bringing balance to the physical means to unlearn and relearn. That's the greatest part of the whole journey is unlearning things and then learning them the right way. So you're not boggled by all this illusion so that you can move your own path. I'm never going to tell you my way is the right way. But I will tell you that my way has gotten me a lot further in my life than than how I used to be. So all I'm trying to do is enlighten a few niggas if they want to be enlightened. If you so light, then why do you grow so heavy when this thing is mentioned or when these things are talked of? See what I mean? Y'all like these words, but I use them. Like, no, I don't like them. But again, it's like this is. I mean, seriously, even as a reader, spend more time looking at the damn cards. It's because look, I'll tell you this: if you're a divinator of any degree, I don't care what your method is. Look at what you're doing. Don't judge it. I know you want to be like, oh, what do you mean look at it? I'm not doing nothing wrong. Look at it. Just look at it. Shut up and look at it. When you see these cards, what do they look like? What are you actually reading? It's a book. It's a 78-page book. That's all. What are you reading? What do the pages mean? And then you can let your imagination run. Then you can let those dots connect. Oh, this story connects to that story because in this series, this character exists, and then in that series, that character exists too. Cool. But what are you reading? That's the main thing. That's what I'm going to advise all readers. That's why I can do so many different types of readings. That's why I don't just do one type. I can get deep like this. I can do full-on esoteric readings. I can, you know what I mean? It's not because I've sat around and watched readings all damn day and then like, oh, this reminds me of that. No, it's because I look at the cards. I know what these cards mean. And when they come out in orders, when they come out in certain patterns, it's like, oh, so this is what this is talking about. This is what it's doing. This is what that's doing. And I can tell whether it's a projection or not doing that. You know, that's just advice for some readers if you need some advice for real. Same with oracle cards. Sit down with your oracle cards and read what they're about. Don't just be like, it's about this. They have an innate meaning. And then beyond that innate meaning, they have an origin. Where they started from, that someone else took an idea from, that they made into something, that then you take into an idea. That's your recreation, that's your reproduction, right? But where did it start? What's its seed? There's more to it than meets your eye. And when you research things, the first thing you do is use your eyes. Look at it. Look at it. What does it have on it? What is that symbol? Oh, that symbol reminds me of this. Then where did they get that symbol from? Or better yet, how did they use that symbol first? And then where did they get that symbol from? People see the 5-pointed star. Oh, that's a pinnacle. No, that's a pentagram. No, that's a symbol of what is this? A symbol of the Luciferians. It started off as a Luciferian symbol. And it's on pinnacles because money is known as the root of all evil. So why not allow the symbology for money be something that represents evil? No, it's a pinnacle. I use that in the lesser banshee. Okay. It's also the man. It's the man. It's man. Okay. But where did it start? Why does it keep changing over time? Why did it have to change? Find its origin. Go have you look. Take that gander. Take that full gander back to the beginning. Why was the star created? The first symbol ever created was a circle. How in the fuck did a circle become those 5 lines. What are those 5 lines when they are unfolded? Look at it that way. Start seeing things more than looking it up on Google. Because research exists. And research means to search again. You just gotta look at it and go, I wonder what if I do this with it? What if I do that with it? What did they do with this? What did they do with that? It started way before King Solomon's seal. Shapes existed before Solomon existed. The shape of the star had to exist before Solomon even used it. So what was its origin before then? And Solomon's seal does not even have a pentagram on it. I literally have it. It doesn't have a pentagram on it. It has something completely different. But again, do your research. Don't just do what Google says. Look at it. An image speaks 1,000 words, but yet people would rather be told what to do. It would make no damn sense to me. Anyway, Nine of Pentacles inverted. That you're not seeing the beauty in it though, the creation, the true vitality of it. That Venusian energy of Venus being both a planet of love, but also a Luciferian planet, a planet of Lucifer. Same as Saturn, really. Which is why the hexagon, hint hex, is where the 2,000 fallen angels reside. Nowadays, at least. With the moon inverted, it's just about breaking these illusions so that you can move forward with more victory, with more knowing. That's all. The only way in life that you could feel like you would lose or being a losing situation is because you don't have the knowledge of. With the Six of Wands popping out again and the Fool, that's your first steps. That's the steps. That's what, if you're looking to get out of these situations, to get out of these minds. The pentagram. Okay, you're good. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure because again, like I'm gonna read it how I read it. I'm not one to really act like I know what's going on half the time. I want to make sure I'm making sense. But I know what you mean. Why is Venus a Luciferian planet? Because it's the light bearer. Eyes and the beauty of the beholder. But with it being love, lust is also an aspect of love. So you have to look at your polarities, not your dualities, because that doesn't make sense. Your polarities. Though it's a planet of love, lust also comes from a love of doing things as well. So it's not only just a planet that harbors that light of beauty, but it allows one to even corrupt and see that beauty as a lust. But it all has a polarity. If it has one aspect, it has the exact opposite. The opposite of love is not hate, it's lust. And adjacent to love is definitely hate. But you can love to hate something. And you can love to lust something. So love is more of a universal thing, or a universal connector for all these other feelings. With the Nine of Wands, damn. That's a good kind of. Damn, sorry. I was looking at the correlations of those. My bad. I need to do more because I have a book on it too. Whenever I reread or at least find the material that explains Venus in more depth of that, I will be sure to come back with something. I'm still trying to get the first class I'm trying to do together. But the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Wands, Death, all upright, the Knight of Swords inverted, and the High Priestess. This is the information, the cause of rebirth. This is the purification with the white rose or the lily. The king being dead, the old establishment being dead, death riding in, horseman 4 riding in. into town, not to kill, but to give Mercy a new life. That's the keys. And take it or leave it. Because if you don't take it, someone else will. But it's about seeing things. You're not a victim, and don't be a victim to yourself. That's like the worst thing you could ever do to yourself is be a victim to yourself. But without further ado, that is y'all's little reading today. Thank you all so much for being here. Likes, comments, share, subscribes, donations, whether energetic or financial. If you are wanting to be part of the healing classes, be sure to donate $10 to the Cash App, Venmo, or Chime. If you've already done that, I have sent out links already to join, so be sure to check your email. But everything you would need is in the description. The Dr. Malachi's York books, my website, my email, donation ways. It's all goodness. It's all down there. But thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate it.